Hey guys, we are back finally. Sorry we haven't recorded the last pay-per-view because he was under the weather. Yeah, he was sick. I was mad at him. I'm like, you sick. But we're gonna do another round of reaction reviews. Yeah, it's been a while, and yes, I haven't been doing my YouTube videos because my laptop's broken. So we're gonna do as usual in this one. So today we're gonna talk about WWE Extreme Rules take place in Newark, New Jersey. We should have went.
No, we're saving money for NXT, SummerSlam, and Raw.
Yeah, we still wait. Well, we're still waiting for the NXT tickets, but we're gonna tell you all our reaction with all the matches, and including some of the pre-show matches that we saw. So we're gonna go to the kickoff about the shows, the kickoff shows. So.
Yes.
So we're gonna talk about that.
The first major thing that happened in the kickoff show was the Dudley Boys coming out, and they were basically talking trash about New Jersey, saying that why did they even come in the first place? I was like, why? Like, you could have just left. But anyway, they were talking trash, and then all of a sudden, Big Cass comes out, and he just basically, tells them off, and goes into the ring, and was brave enough to go into the ring, even though it was 2 against 1, but he was still able to fight them off and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I thought Enzo was gonna come out and make a surprise, but I guess not so.
Not ready yet.
So well. But it was good to see. It was good to see Enzo try to dominate against the Dudleys.
What I like what they're doing with Big Cass is that usually when tag team partners, like when one gets injured, they usually leave the other one off TV for some reason. But with Big Cass, they're still allowing him TV time, even though Enzo is injured.
Yeah, that's true.
So I like what they're doing that with him.
Yeah, sure. Because especially with Swerve, it is the huge popular tag team.
Yeah.
At all time, from NXT and today, they're still popular. Yeah. So, they would have been their biggest mistake if Big Cass was not on TV, because everybody would say, "Where's Swerve? Where's Swerve? Where's Swerve? Where's Swerve?" But he's right. That Big Cass is in TV. He's in the matches. Yeah. And facing off with other tag team matches, or sometimes single matches. But yeah, it was good. It was entertaining, and but yeah, we could talk about the first match that happened on the pre-show match. That happened was Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin in a no DQ match, and they don't really use weapons. They were just fighting straight off. Yeah. I was like, okay, this is no DQ, but they were just fighting. They were not using any no disqualification items or nothing. They were just straight. They would keep fighting. It was like a single match. So it was decent, but Baron Corbin won against Dolph Ziggler. So which just sucks. But I guess they gotta build him up to be dominant. Maybe to have it in the IC title matches or United States title matches. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But we're gonna go to talk about the main show that happened in this night.
The first match of the pay-per-view was the Usos against Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Now this match was it was pretty good. It was a good opening match, and nice back and forth action, and I thought it was a good opening match. It was a good way to open the show. Yeah,
it was. Back and forth matches, and this is Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson first pay-per-view match.
Yeah.
And of course, the crowd loved them behind them because they are part of the Bullet Club. So, but yeah, the match was pretty good, and the Bullet Club won their first match.
Yeah, which was expected.
Which is expected, they can't make them lose in the pay-per-view.
Exactly.
In the pay-per-view match or pay-per-view event. So it was good. So we're gonna talk about the next match. The next match was the United States title match with Rusev with Lana versus Kalisto, the champ. And it was just a singles match, no DQ match, no hardcore, no Extreme Rules, no nothing, just regular match. And it was a pretty good match as well. Back and forth.
Like we were expecting Rusev to dominate the whole match, but
he pretty much was dominating. But
Kalisto got some shots here and there.
Yeah, he got some shots. Yeah, he got some shots here and there until there was a moment when Rusev did something, and then
he's like slammed him.
He slammed him really hard
on the apron. And
then it literally like really hurt Kalisto.
Yeah.
So I keep saying this. What's with all the WWE stars getting injured?
We don't need any more injuries.
No more injuries. Before I mention about the other matches, WWE stop doing house shows. I'm gonna hashtag this. House shows of injuries. House show of injuries. House shows of injuries. I'm gonna call it that. House shows of injuries. Hashtag house shows of injuries.
The house show curse.
The house show curse. House show for injuries, because everybody getting injured in house shows. Like
Emma got injured.
Emma got injured. Sasha got injured.
Seth got injured,
but now tell you.
Seth originally got injured at a house show.
Yeah, he got injured at a house show.
Somebody else. A few people. Yeah.
So, but everybody can get injured at house shows.
Yeah.
So WWE, no more house shows.
So, but anyway, the match was after that happened, when he slammed Kalisto on the apron, the referee was trying to back him away from Kalisto so they can check on him, and he wouldn't stop, trying to like do his what's that called?
The Solido.
No, the submission, Rusev submission.
The chemical.
He calls it something, I forgot what it is.
The crutch.
It's whatever. The Rusev crush move, and he did it, and
the accolade.
There you go. And then he tried to do he was doing it, and he like stretched Kalisto so hard, like back, and he had no choice but to tap out.
Like bending him like his whole body.
Yeah, so he had no choice but to tap out.
Yeah, so we don't know what Kalisto's stat is. We know he's really, really hurt because of that slam, but we'll see, because like I said, everybody's getting injured.
Yeah, so Rusev's the new United
If Kalisto is on the injured list, then WWE, you need to stop.
Yeah.
Stop with the house shows. Seriously, stop. Stop. We're gonna talk about the next match. Stop.
So the next match was for the tag team titles. It was the New Day against Vaudevillains, and for the New Day it was Xavier and Big E, and this match was actually pretty good. It was really good, and again, back and forth, and a few times I thought Vaudevillains were gonna win, but New Day was able to outsmart them, because Vaudevillains tried to be smart and tricky and slick with what they were doing, but the New Day was able to outsmart them with Kofi. He got involved, and so
I gotta say this was better than the first tag team match. That we had. It was more entertaining, and plus, they were like back and forth. The Vaudevillains were pretty much dominating, and they almost won. And the New Day retained the titles, and it was just one of the entertaining tag team match than the first tag team match. But we're gonna talk about the next match. This match was one of the best matches ever. The Fatal 4-Way match with Intercontinental title with Miz, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and Cesaro.
Yes.
This match was crazy. I can't say anything. It was crazy.
It was insane.
Like, everybody got involved. They all did their crazy moves. They like encountered. Cesaro, like, I gotta say, he was the star of the night. Like, seriously, like, this match could do anything. Like, he did like a powerbomb mixed with the suplex while everybody was like, trying to do the suplex on each other. So it was just crazy. And then he did something else with it that was also crazy. It was like a German. Was it like a German suplex?
It was a German suplex, but like mixed. But like Miz was doing.
He did like a body to body type of thing,
suplex.
A body string type of thing, body suplex type of thing. It was just interesting. But Cesaro was, and
then he did the 3 uppercuts in the corner.
He did 3 uppercuts. He stole the night. He was just crazy. But everybody was kicking out with the finishers. Like everybody, I forgot who kicked out the Score Crushers finale, but I was like, what was everybody kicking out with the finisher?
It was just crazy, because you would think that first it looked like Kevin Owens was gonna win, then it looked like Cesaro was gonna win, then it looked like Sami was gonna win. It looked like each one of them was gonna win, but
It was crazy.
It was crazy.
It was crazy. And the movie tried to get in, and
yeah.
and I thought she would get hurt, but she didn't. But it was just crazy.
And then, so Sammy was gonna do his. He did his what's that called? That kick that he does in the corner.
Yeah.
And he was gonna pin Cesaro, and Kevin Owens pulled him out. And so Sammy was, I don't know what he was thinking. I love you, Sammy, but you were kind of dumb in this part.
Yeah, Sammy was too much focused on Kevin Owens. Well, they forgot about Miz, that he is a sneak pinner type of, like always. Yeah. He sneaky pinned Cesaro in 1, 2, 3, and then Sammy was concentrating fighting Kevin. I know the rivalry not over, but damn, like. The title was on the line. Like, you want to win the Intercontinental title for the first time. Yeah. Come on, so, do something. But it was crazy. It was crazy.
One of the best matches of the night for sure.
It was crazy. It was one of the best matches of the night.
So
at the night for now. Until we talk about the other matches.
Up until that point, it was the best match of the night.
Yeah, up to that point, we talk about the other matches.
So Miz retained the Intercontinental.
Yeah, he retained it. So it was good. Despite him winning, it was still the best match ever. Yes. So, we gotta talk about the next match. This match was kind of the weirdest match ever. But it was crazy though. The next match was the Asylum match. The Asylum Steel Cage match. With Dean Ambrose versus Chris Jericho, with all the weapons on hanging around.
It was like each weapon with it, like it represented someone from the past.
I know, like you got the Kangaroo stick, which represent Tommy Dreamer. You got the 2x4 with the barbed wire represent Cactus Jack, and then you got
the mop.
The mop Perry Saturn, and then you got the there was another one.
There was
Candlestick that represents Steve Black.
No.
Anything?
No. You mean the Candlestick represents Tommy Dreamer. The nunchucks.
I mean the nunchucks
was the one that represents Steve Black.
The Steve Black man.
And the straight jacket. It really didn't represent anything.
I think it was represent the Ambrose or so.
Yeah.
And then there was like Mitch Jr.
Yeah.
And then there was
a surprise
bucket.
But we'll talk about that later.
It was good. It was an entertaining match. Yeah. It was crazy, but I was telling him, I said there was something in that bucket. There's something in that bucket. He was like, there's nothing in the bucket.
At first I didn't, because it looked like there was nothing in it, and then Dean took it down, and I was like, oh, I do see there's something in it.
Yeah, so I was like, there's something in the bucket. And then when right before that, they were both like, hitting each other with the other stuff, and then. Chris Jericho did his finisher, and then Dean kick out and stuff like that. But so Dean got the bucket, and
he opened up the lid, and that's when I said it is the thumbtacks, and he was like, "No, it's not."
I was like, they kind of used it on the PG era. Like seriously, like thumbtacks on the PG era, that's impossible.
And then Dean took out the black bag. I'm like, it's thumbtacks. It has to be.
I'm like, if it's thumbtacks, I'm gonna say I'm shocked. In a PG, it's supposed to be PG-13. The using thumbtacks is using PG-13 because everybody gets hurt from that. And bloody too.
Yeah.
And And I know it's homage to Cactus Jack with all his matches, the Royal Rumble, the one with Randy. Yeah, the one with Randy in the New Year Revolution, and but Dean. They were both trying to throw each other.
He they brought out the thumbtack.
Yeah, they brought the thumbtack,
and then they were both trying to put each other, slam each other on the thumbtacks, but they kept reversing. I was like, fuck. We were both like, shit. And then Dean did his 30 Ds on Chris Jericho on the thumbtack. No, because Chris Jericho was gonna do the code breaker, but Dean countered it and he just slammed.
But he was gonna swing him like swing him with his leg to the thumbtack, but Dean reversed it and then make it to the to 30 Ds. Yeah. No, cause he did the 30 Ds and then won the match. It was crazy.
That was crazy. All blood, especially Jericho with blood. And he was screaming.
No, actually, no. He tossed him to the thumbtack.
He was gonna do the. Yeah, he tossed him when he reversed the code breaker, and then to end the match, he did a dirty deed.
Yeah,
and it was just crazy because Chris Jericho was screaming even after the match, he was like that.
Yeah, I was like, ow, but yeah. I did expect the thumbtacks.
Yeah.
That was like a big return after how long?
I don't even remember the last time. I guess the match with Randy and Cactus Jack.
That was how long?
2004.
That's nearly almost 12 years. So return of the thumbtacks.
Yeah. For now, let's see. I don't even know when it's gonna come back.
The return of thumbtacks.
For one night only.
One night only. So we're gonna talk about the next match.
Yeah. Next match was the submission match for the Women's Championship. Charlotte defending once again against Natalya. And this match, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. You know, they actually like showed new submissions that they've never done before. Like they learned new submissions especially for this match. And it was good.
And especially, you know, they both are submissionists, you know, because they both, you know, grew up with family that does a lot of submissions.
Yeah.
You know, like Charlotte with Rick and then Natalia with her hot family. Yes. So, you know, but yeah, it was, they all did their moves, the submission, they were fighting outside, you know. Charlotte hit the moonsault. It was just crazy until...
So the stipulation was that Rick could not... First, he couldn't accompany Charlotte to the ring. Then, the second stipulation was he couldn't come out at all. Like, come out
If he would have come out, then Charlotte would have lost the title.
And
like,
gave it to Natalya.
Yeah, gave it to Natalya.
So
Ric Flair's music came up, and we don't know. We know it was not Ric Flair.
I thought it was Charles Robinson again.
Yeah, we thought it was Charles Robinson or somebody. I'm like, who's that?
Obviously, it was someone dressed.
And there was a woman. I'm like, who's that? Who's that?
And then she took off the wig, she took off the robe, and it was
freaking Dana Brooke. I'm like, what the hell? Ain't she have a right with Becky Lynch?
Yeah, it just automatically switched because Emma's got injured, and supposedly the rumor is that she'll be back next year. What
yeah.
So
like I said, hashtag house show curse, house show injuries.
Yeah.
Stop with the house show WWE.
So I'm guessing now Becky has moved on to a new storyline, and now she's with Charlotte.
So, and then supposedly, which I heard rumor that they formed their
They're trying to form the heel 4 horsemen.
So we don't know who's the rest of Charlotte's team. So, so Charlotte retained it, of course. So Dana interfered, and yeah, it was another interfering match.
So I don't know what's gonna happen at Money in the Bank because, you know,
cross fingers, Money in the Bank women.
Money in the Bank ladder match for the women. But in terms of the women's title match, we don't know what's gonna happen.
Yes. Well, we're gonna talk about the next and last match. All I gotta say about this match is, oh my god! Yes. The last match was the WWE World Heavyweight Title for the Extreme Rules match, with Roman Reigns and AJ Styles in the fourth time. I don't know how many times. It's like with her. It's like with them and Natty.
And exactly.
It's like they fought each other many times. Like, okay, but this match was crazy. Yes. Like literally crazy. Crazy. I don't care how you feel about Roman Reigns. This match was crazy.
Yes.
It was crazy. It was crazy. I'm gonna say it. Crazy. This knocked off the Fatal 4-Way match.
Exactly.
This did this to the Fatal 4-Way.
Yeah.
All the other matches.
Match of the night.
Match of the night. It was crazy.
Yes.
This is exactly what I wanted from Extreme Rules. Do everything outside. Do crazy stuff. Which they did. They went outside. They went to the crowd. They went to the pre-show, the set team, the set stuff when they know stuff for that. And then Roman did I think he did the powerbomb there. What? I forgot he did. He
tossed AJ onto the table.
He tossed into the table, and then AJ did the
he jumped off and did the arm thing.
Yeah, he did the arm thing, and then and then they went back to the ring, near the ring, and then they were gonna throw each other to the commentating table, and then Roman
did like a freaking back body drop, and AJ crashed onto the English announce table.
And then and then he did it again did the powerbomb on the Spanish announce table, and then
then he was gonna spear. But AJ moved and then ran into the security gate.
Yeah, and it crashed down. It was just crazy. I can't look at the number of things I could say was just crazy.
Yes, and Roman was doing he did that move that it was like a powerbomb.
Yeah, it looked like you're about to toss him, but it was like a toss into a power bomb.
Like a sit down power bomb.
Yeah, it was just crazy.
And then so that's what happened. And then all of a sudden,
it was just crazy. And then all of a sudden, a few minutes later, guess who came out?
Obviously, the Bullet Club, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows.
We knew they were gonna come out, so I was like,
they did their double finishing move on
Roman, and then they forced AJ to pin Roman, but Roman kicked out, and then the Usos came out, and they attacked all of them. They attacked the Bullet Club plus AJ, and then they did the splash, and then they forced Roman to pin AJ, and then he kicked out. So they were like, it was chaos. It was chaos. So the tag teams would attack each other.
Yeah.
And then AJ did the Star Clash. No. Roman was gonna do the spear, and then AJ reversed it into a Star Clash, and then
he kicked out.
Then
he did it again. He was gonna
do it again
on the chair.
He did it on the chair, but when he hit it, one of the Usos grabbed his leg, and then Roman kicked it out. And so then
he grabbed the chair and went bonkers. He went crazy.
Yeah, he went boom, 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 like always. But it was crazy. And then in the end, Roman did the speed. No, because AJ was gonna do the elbow thing that he usually does, and then he won. Roman by the spear.
She's gonna be on YouTube.
Yeah, her first YouTube. His mom's first YouTube. Roman won. He retained the title, and the match was over. But somebody came out after.
Someone returned.
It was Seth Rollins. I was gonna say Wally Rings.
Who?
I was gonna say Wally Rings.
Seth Rollins.
Yeah, he came out, and the truth is, about Seth, he would never lost the title. Exactly. He was forced forfeit the title. So we know Money in the Bank is gonna be either a
triple threat or a one-on-one with Seth and Roman.
We'll see, but it was the best match ever. So overall, the match was good. The pay-per-view was pretty good. I'm not saying not better than WrestleMania.
I don't think it was as good as Payback.
It was not better than WrestleMania.
And not better than WrestleMania.
So
even though the main event this main event outbeat Payback's main event with Roman and Seth, but the overall pay-per-view
Roman and AJ.
Roman and AJ. Sorry, Seth came back. So the overall pay-per-view wasn't as good as Payback or WrestleMania. So that's why at first I was gonna give it a B+, but the main event turned it into an A-.
Yeah. I would take that as well. The A- plus with this pay-per-view. Yes. The match, despite about the wrestlers, it was as matches wise, the matches were really good.
Yes.
I gotta say the match was pretty okay. It was the first tag team match and the United States title. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was pretty good, but not wow. But the rest of the match was starting to getting good after that. Like the tag team title match was good.
Yes.
The Intercontinental title match was the best.
Yes.
The women's title was good too. Like always interference, which is I'm just getting tired with. I'm getting tired with all these interference matches.
I know, but at the same time, I'm glad because it's giving the women's storyline. So.
I'm just glad that Rick was not part of that. But even though he came out in the end, but at least Dana interfered. But yet again, it just dropped the storyline of her Becky out of nowhere.
Yeah, I guess they really can't do much with that because Becky Dana won twice.
That too, but still.
So I guess Becky's gonna. I'm assuming Becky's gonna be involved in this storyline because she's probably gonna be on Natty's side.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Well, we'll see what happens. And then the title match was pretty entertaining.
Yes.
It was not. I don't know if it was the best match. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was not super crazy. It was crazy, weird, but
I think the craziest part was obviously the thumb tag.
The thumb tag.
That's what made it crazy.
Yeah, that made it crazy. And then the last match was just
match of the night.
Put it in the water. Just drop it in the water.
Yes.
Drop it in the water. So what do you guys think about the WWE Extreme Rules? And and if you guys would decide your own cards, what your dream match would it be? And since again, hashtag house shows of injuries, house shows injuries, or house shows curse.
Yeah.
WWE, if you listen to us or if you watching this video or something, please stop with the house shows. Stop putting all the best stars into the house shows. Look at all. Look, Shotson is injured.
Yeah.
Everybody our favorites is injured. It's just. I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. I just don't know. So yeah. So we're gonna get back to the next pay-per-view, which is Money in the Bank, which is gonna be on his birthday.
Yes.
His birthday on Money in the Bank, which I'm excited. You never know. You never know. It's gonna be a special day.
Yeah.
And this time he's gonna be in my house.
Yes, since I won't be in school.
Yeah, so he's finished school after that, and then we're gonna do other videos. Maybe we'll see. And yeah, we're just gonna have fun after that. So yeah, what do you guys think about this preview? You guys like it or dislike it? Just let us know in the comments below. And we will do other videos next time. And yeah, and subscribe and come to my channel. I will probably put more videos once I get a new laptop. And yeah, so anyways guys, see ya.